All right, this is the rub we're going to use on our turkey. It's a dry brine. It's a pretty basic rub. What I have here, you can focus on that, dear. We've got 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of coarse ground pepper, and 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in a bowl, mix it together, and put in our little shaker. We're using a rub on the outside because this is a pre-basted turkey. We really don't need to wet brine it. We're just going to add some flavor and as it cooks, but it's really not going to do a lot for the retaining moisture and everything. That's already taken care of with the brine. So we've got this mixed together. Got a few little crunchy pieces that looks like the brown sugar. Alrighty, so we have that mixed up nicely. The nice thing about pepper and the variety of ingredients, they're all different, so you can pretty much tell when everything's mixed well, so that's a good thing. So the easiest way to do this, we're going to dump it back on the plate and use our plate with a crease in it to put it back in the shaker. There you go, nice dry rub. Hi, Jimmy the Butcher. This is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and we're going to talk turkey and do turkey, show you how I do it. First thing I want to talk about turkeys, this is our little bird here. This is a 12-pound bird at 12.5 pounds. Nice, with just a small group of us this year. Sometimes there are questions about turkeys. What's the difference between a hen and a tom? Used to be there was a big difference. Toms were tough, dry old birds, and hens were preferred. Now the way they're produced, hens are small turkeys, 15 pounds and under. Toms are bigger turkeys. This was a frozen turkey. The difference between a fresh and frozen turkey, interestingly enough, is the fresh turkeys are shipped at 26 degrees, which I'm sure is pretty hard to touch. So sometimes if you buy a fresh turkey and it's still hard, it's because it's been chilled, as they call it, to 26 degrees. The other difference in turkeys is natural turkeys and pre-basted. This is a pre-basted turkey. It's basted with a salt and sodium phosphate solution. It added nearly 10% to the weight, which is an advantage for the producer as well. Other choices in turkeys, you can buy a natural turkey without any basting. And natural doesn't mean that it's organic. If you want an organic turkey, you need to make sure it's certified organic if that's your choice. So we're going to clean this up and we'll be right back and show you what we're going to do with it. Alrighty, we've got our little bird out of the packaging. Interestingly enough, it didn't come with giblets, but it did come with like a 2-pound gravy packet. So I'm guessing this little bird probably is more like a 10-pound bird when it's all said and done. A couple things about this bird is you don't want to wash it. Washing poultry is not the thing to do because what you're going to do is spread the bacteria throughout the kitchen, probably make yourself sick. So that's an old-fashioned attitude. We don't do that anymore. The other thing is this little thing here, this little automatic pop-up thing is useless. We really don't want that. We'll use a real meat thermometer. What we're going to do here is we're going to part this out, and then I'm going to put brine on it, and then I'm going to smoke it tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is make this a real easy dinner for tomorrow. So we're going to start by removing the legs. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the turkey on its little nose here. And what you want to do is get right close to the bone as you can. When you get down to the joint, pull it out of joint. And if you push real hard and pull, you'll get that little oyster piece. It is so nice. There we go. There it is. There's our little oyster piece. We'll put that on the plate ready to go. Since we've got it this side, we'll go ahead and take this wing off. Same thing, cut down, find the joint, cut it off, and then we're going to remove the tip. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to, because this will be easier to serve tomorrow, I'm going to break it again. I'm going to cut it down and cut it between the joint again. And then when I do that, you can see here I can remove this extra skin. I do this with chicken too. This is also a good lesson in cutting up a chicken. So you can see that's a nice, easy to eat piece of. This we have a special purpose for later. And we have a nice little drumette for someone, probably my brother. And we're going to go ahead and take the other wing off. Same thing, pop it out of joint and cut it off. Do the same thing, we'll cut the wing tip off. Set that aside. Cut it in half here again. Okay, put a little wing parts over there. We're going to trim the extra skin off. I know some of you will just cringe. I love that skin, but you know what, I don't. So it's my bird. I'm cooking it my way. And again, I'll show you again how to get the little oyster piece as you come down from the back of the bird. And pop it out of joint. You can see the joint there. And then take above and push away from you and pull. And you can see how that came out? Isn't that so nice? There's a drumstick, okay? Now all we need to do is pull the breast off. So we're just gonna come down here with a nice bigger knife because we've got some ice in there still. And get rid of that. That will sink. Sometimes cutting up chickens or poultry is more strength test than a butchering thing to do. So what we want to do is just get this thing off there. There we go. All right. And set this over. Sink some of that off. Then the other thing I want to do is I'm going to take the wishbone out because I don't know, when you slice the turkey breast and you hit that wishbone, it's always difficult to slice. So if you can kind of reach underneath here with a boning knife and run your finger here, you can feel it. That's the wishbone. It's real hard. You just want to run your knife on either side of that, down both sides. Find it here, there it is. And what we want to do is just loosen it up where we can get a hold of it. Break it loose. And then we want to just kind of work up here and pull it out. Twist it a bit. Need a paper towel here to hang on to it. There we go. Get both sides of it, and I did. There you go. So now it's easy to slice. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heavy knife and I'm going to crack the middle here. Maybe this is easier. What I want to do is break it and kind of smash it flat. Here we go. So we'll set that over there. Appears to be a multiple paper towel job here. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to come back to our back and neck here, our pieces, and we're just going to chop that in. This is going to be our stock. This is why we're doing this today. I've got another tray here. I'm going to take, I'll cut that little bit of skin off too. What I have here is a tray. This was a long neck bird. Look at that baby. Gonna take the backs and the necks and these little wing tips. What I'm gonna do with these is I'm going to put a little olive oil on them. And I'm gonna roast them in the oven about 400 degrees. Put a lot of it on there, season it nicely. And then I'm gonna make stock out of it. So tomorrow, when I'm ready to cook, I'll have a nice fresh stock to use. And we're just gonna season this generously. This is just a mixture of salt and pepper. Get the veggies in there too. Really can't over season it. We can always add the stock for seasoning, but we want this to just brown up and caramelize. Put a lot of goodness on here. Let's add a little more olive oil to the veggies down here. Can't hurt, right? Alrighty, so I'm gonna put this in the oven. Got the oven set at 400 degrees. Put that in there, and we'll just keep an eye on it, and hopefully in an hour or so, 45 minutes, it'll be all nice and brown. Okay, now back to our bird here. And obviously it's pretty wet, our frozen bird here. We'll dry it off as best we can. It's getting started with a dry pan, huh? Okay. Now, our bird here, we're just going to take that rub we made. We're going to generously season. What I'll do is I'll leave this in the refrigerator overnight. And tomorrow, my plan is, I've got a nice ugly drum smoker. I'm going to put it on the smoker. And we won't have to season it or do anything to it. It'll be ready to go. So there, how's that looking? Pretty darn good, I'm thinking. And on everything there, we'll do the, might as well get it on the inside too. There we go, and we're gonna come back tomorrow. We'll come back and show you our nice stock and explain how we made that. And we'll show you our finished product. See you tomorrow. Here's our veggies. They've been in the oven for just a little over an hour at 400 degrees. You can see it's all nicely brown. We're going to take these and put them in a pot here. Veggies, what we have here are, whoops, celery, carrots, and onions, kind of the traditional mix here. And they're kind of nicely cooked and caramelized as well. I'm liking that. So what we're going to do is put all these in here, add about 4 quarts of water, and let it simmer for 2.5 hours, and then we'll strain it and reduce it a bit and re-season it if we need to. We'll have a beautiful stock. Thank you. So we got a couple nice quarts of beautiful stock from our trimmings and our veggies to use in tomorrow's Thanksgiving dinner. We'll make gravy and we'll add that to the stuffing as well. I'm sure it's going to have lots of flavor. We'll skim the fat off in the morning and might reduce it a bit, season it if we need to, but it's going to be good stuff, pure nectar. As they say in other videos, here's the money shot. Nice looking Thanksgiving dinner. Easy to serve, smelled like Thanksgiving yesterday, wonderful today. Just the cranberries, all the fixins. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.